So with that being said, I just want to say this is one of the first few videos, one of the first few diaries, whatever you want to call it, of me trying to illuminate Jesus, put the truth out there, expose the lies, and help people that are a part of this experience and this life, if you will. So the lesson is, let me see. The moral of this video, the point of this video is to say, probably something cliche. You're not alone. We're all trying to figure it out. At least I'm going to speak for myself. I'm trying to figure it out. Nobody knows it all, but there are, people that know more and less. We don't have the same knowledge, so we can all contribute to each other. And when we come together and work together, we can accomplish more. We can find the truth, and we can rule out the excuses and the lies. Whether you are a believer or not, I say, don't lean on just what people say, lean on the truth. The truth brings you to Jesus. That's the moral of this video, and the moral of everything that I am trying to do here, if I haven't said it already. Most likely repeating myself, but one thing I could say is, and one thing that stuck with me that I heard was, your attitude, your emotions catch up to your attitude, and your habits catch up to your, what is it? Basically, you'll find the good in what you do consistently, if you don't like going to the gym, then the more you do it, you'll find the good in it, So your attitude will kind of adjust to your habits. Is kind of the closest I can get to it. But yeah, about a 15-minute video. Just want to hop on here and tell you guys to keep pushing, and if you aren't living for God, then and Jesus, you don't, or if you aren't filled with the Holy Spirit, there is still time, but time is limited. Time is running out, and always ask why, and don't stop asking why. Because when you stop asking why, you leave room for error. You leave room to be fooled. Knowledge never stops. No, knowledge is always is infinite, you know. So therefore, you should never stop learning, growing, asking questions, trying to figure out fish out here, jumping out the water, asking questions, asking why, you know. So that's the video. Maybe I'll make it 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know, but I don't want to suck your head off or repeat myself too many times. The sun's gone down and it's about time for me to go. I'm gonna enjoy the last several minutes or this time out here. If the mosquitoes leave me alone. But yeah, you know, stay true to yourself and don't lie to yourself, you know. Don't walk blindly, you know. Ask questions and don't forget to grow, you know. Conquer your fears every day. And it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to fail. And I was gonna say, oh, it's okay to be a hypocrite, but it's not, you know, because often I find myself being a hypocrite only because I stumble and I fail, and I think, well, I just told this truth, you know. This is my, you know, things that conflict me, you know. When making these videos, I'm like, you know, I'm telling the truth, but I make mistakes. So how can I be a leader or lead somebody or tell them the truth? And it's because I'm working on myself, you know. I'm acknowledging my faults and my downfalls and my mistakes, and I'm acknowledging it and I'm changing it. I'm acknowledging it and I'm changing it, and I'm striving to get better every single day. And I'm here making a change, you know. I'm doing something that I'm not used to doing, and I'm making a change, and I'm going to continue to make these videos and get better at them and figure out where this goes and pray on it, you know. And I'm never gonna, you know, let go of my faith. But, you know, faith without works is dead, you know. You know, we have our salvation and Jesus died for us, but we still have to, you know, walk the walk, you know. You know, sometimes we have to be quiet and do what we say, and not just say, you know, what we should do, because we already know that. Most of us know what we should do, but we don't act on it. So action is something else I would like to put on here as well. And we'll get there, you know. But God knows it's gonna be, well, I don't want to go there, but how embarrassing would it be if you did not take action, but you motivated and led so many people to truth, and you didn't keep your oath and your word despite the pain? Because that's what it's all about, you know. The action, not so much the words, you know. You plant that seed, and then you allow God to help water it. So yeah, the sun's going down, it's getting a little dark. Mosquitoes biting me up. Excuses. It is time for me to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. I pray this helped you, this motivated you to take action, you know. And if you already are taking action, I hope it motivated, or I hope it helps you stay consistent. Or if you are consistent, I hope that it helps you smile within the consistency, you know? Got a lot of work to do, obviously. But last, you know, last look at the view for you guys. That's what I'm looking at. I'm gonna head out. See you later.